Welcome to our today's do-it-yourself topic, 64 ways on how to stop comparing yourself to others. For real validation to this topic, please focus only on the content. Kindly ignore my lacunas in pronunciation, tone, expression, accent, grammar, my looks and even this video's background. For the content of this video, please ask. And if you need tips on any specific topic, please let me know. Claim a free session with absolutely no strings attached in the areas of your personal and professional relationships and how to overcome your business, professional and personal challenges. Kindly subscribe to this channel and like the videos you feel adds value. Plus share this message about free coaching and videos with your near and dear ones. To avail your free session, please email on the email ID given on the either of our website. Now coming back to our topic. How to stop comparing with others. How to stop feeling bad by stopping to compare yourself with others. Now there are 64 ways on how to stop comparing yourself to others. First, identify, note down, and become aware of and avoid your triggers, which puts you in inferior and unresourceful state and mood to start comparing yourself with others. Unfollow all those people from your social media whose posts makes you feel bad about yourself and make you compare yourself with them and also fills you with self-doubt. This is a temporary method till you become emotionally secure, comfortable and in love with who you are, to actually wishing others and enjoying their successes, happiness and blessings. Face the fact, accept where you are and who you are instead of playing ostrich and being in denial. Recalibrate and readjust your expectations with who you are. Start putting efforts and investing energies and time in creating and taking care of your own needs, dreams and passions. Instead of focusing on a social acquaintance or neighbor, start nurturing yourself. Be comfortable with your past, even though your life might be filled with bad decisions, wrong actions, mistakes and failures. But all these have to be used as the catalyst to help you become better, wiser and better human being. If you are not happy where you are today, it is alright. Only thing, don't just resign yourself to this state, calling it fate. Instead, identify where you want to go and then plan how will you get there. After that, it is only action and implementation and course correction time. Moving step by step towards your dreams and passions. Be grateful for what you have. Identify and list what makes your life really blessed. Because when you are thankful for what you have, like the blessings that you have for having your parents, siblings, spouse, children and friend, you will end up having more. On the other hand, if you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. And even if you have plenty, you will never feel satisfied. Stop making choices out of fear, compulsion or pressures. Instead, choose what makes you feel great about yourself. Don't be with people who erodes your self-esteem. Choose those who make you feel great about yourself. Choose people whose qualities you want to emulate, inculcate and develop in yourself. Don't compare, instead get inspiration from them as role models. Understand that there will always be someone who is richer, smarter and more attractive than you. Instead, identify what makes you unique in spite of your all flaws, imperfections. Accept the fact that you are perfectly imperfect. If you must compete, compare your yesterday with today and set about to make it better tomorrow. Whenever you feel like comparing yourself with others, try to find out how they got there. You would soon find that they too went through severe hardships and put efforts, which if you put with persistence will also take you there. Stop the result. Focus only on the efforts. Understand that your goal is simply to be the best you can be. Start attempting new things, experiments with life, do newer things, do things in newer ways, take risks. Then you would discover the joys that come from your own accomplishment. Start learning to see the side effects of people who are years younger than you but have lots of money and big powerful position and status. You may find a human being who is constantly stressed, constantly working or is a workaholic, has no social life. has serious health issues and that their relationships are mostly shallow and unhappy. For these points, we are not talking about knocking someone down, but to get the complete and correct picture. Understand that even if you compare strength to strength, there will always be those who are better and those who are worse, as all of us are on the ladder of accomplishments. Even if you do well in comparison with others, you may be artificially inflated from this comparison, which would be very short-lived boosts of ego in case you win the comparison or you win in the comparison. When we compare ourselves with others, we end up resenting others for doing well without really knowing the true person. When we are insecure and we are comparing, we might end up talking about our own accomplishment more than that is necessary, and we may criticize someone in public. No one appreciates that. Neither would you if it happens to you. Most of us compare ourselves without realizing we are doing it. The solution is to become conscious. Stop yourself. Once you realize you're doing this comparison, give yourself a pause. Don't berate yourself or feel bad. Just acknowledge the thought and gently change focus. Focus on your strengths. Instead of looking at your weaknesses, ask yourself what your strengths are. Celebrate them. Be proud of them. Don't brag, but feel good about them and work on using them to your best advantage. Identify your comparative behavior, write down comparative thoughts or feelings, and then begin the process of changing your behaviors and thoughts. Work on improving your abilities, skills, and knowledge. Start appreciating others genuinely instead of envying them in order to learn the good qualities that made them have whatever you like. Find your purpose. Focus on the larger goals. Reinterpret what is behind your desire for possessing material thing. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Give away your need to be the most popular, whatever it that you need, which makes you compare with others. Learn something new every day to boost your self-confidence. Spend quality time with someone you love. Do something that recharges your battery. As long as you're making progress, who cares how everyone else is doing? Instead of competing with others, compete with yourself. Use comparison to help yourself, not hurt yourself. Use your disappointments, frustrations, and upsets with yourself to draw out a plan to improve yourself. Start leading, dare to be different, and be a misfit, not a fit. Pursue the greater things in life. Assess your self-esteem and start focusing on building your self-confidence. Learn to recognize and handle your fear of missing out. Stop judging others. This is one of the ways we start comparing ourselves too. Figure out what you can and can't change. Then work within your area of control. Stop hating and joining gossip groups. Ask yourself the following create similar questions. Instead of asking yourself if you are making more money than an acquaintance, ask yourself if you are making more money now than you were last year. Instead of comparing your career to careers of other people you went to school or college and university with, ask yourself if you have more job satisfaction now than you did the year before. Instead of comparing your body to that of the person who everyone admires at the gym, ask yourself if you are in better shape now than you were 6 months ago. Never let other people push you into comparing yourself to them based on the metrics that they think are important. Instead, choose your own metrics based on the things that are important to you. Make sure you are using the right metrics. Ensure that when you do measure how well you are doing, take cue from these examples. Maybe your neighbor's son is always coming first in class and your son is not. And you are pushing your son by constantly comparing, and you find that his performance is going down. But you find that he does so well in sports or anything else that makes you feel proud. Stop pushing your son for academics. Instead, ensure that your son hone his special interest or talent, you can bet that he would outshine everyone if encouraged in this line. Maybe there is a girl among your social group who has a perfect figure, and you have always been little roly-poly. Stop measuring yourself based on how much you weigh or what size of clothes you wear. Instead, measure yourself by using metrics related to health, your waist to hip ratio, your cholesterol level, your blood pressure, and so on, and ensure that you are healthy. Realize that you are not perfect. Identify and accept your imperfections. It makes you a unique person, and a damn nice one too. Indeed, the negative effects of comparison are wide and far-reaching. Likely you have experienced or are experiencing many of them firsthand in your life as well. How? Then be aware of the harmful effect of comparing yourself to others has created in your life. Listen, note down all your unique accomplishments and qualities and successes. Focus on things and value that matter really in the end, like love, quality of relationship, fulfillment, and joy of living your life the way you want. Many times when we feel inferior, we try to find fault in others. Don't knock others down to make yourself feel better. And please understand that when we compare ourselves to other people, we are trying our best to reinforce the negative ideas we already have about ourselves. You can also ask yourself these questions. What knowledge, what ideas or areas of expertise and information does that person have that could be helpful to me? What can I learn from this individual? If only we can become curious to understand and learn about others and stop judging them. Remind yourself that other people's external visible displays can never be compared with your internal feelings and emotions. Understand that social media feed is full of distortion and show off and not the truth, in case your social media exposure triggers the comparison. Revisit your priorities and your goals and then start refocusing on actions. When you start to forget, shift the focus back to you. Remember, we compare the worst of ourselves with the best of others. And also keep in mind, you will never run out of things to compare. Celebrate